gonna tell our audience a little bit, because the people that missed it. You're Irene Sundel, you're from Mexico City. You're joining us today from Florida, and we have been showing your incredible portfolio online. So I'm going to revisit just some of the things that we talked about, but if you want to just tell us a short, quick bio again for people that are joining us and that they missed our first interview.
Okay. I'm Irene Sundel. I live in Mexico City. I work there. I was born and raised there. I started doing art when I went to college as a graphic designer. From there, I worked for a while, and then I decided that, I wanted to do other things. I was having family, so I started doing sculpture. So nowadays, that's what I do. I became a plastic artist.
Yes. And
But
you
really
really have shown all over the world. Like, yes. You have been very blessed. Talk to us a little bit about how you were able to show your work and to apply to all these places, to Europe. Like you said, your show was, an ongoing moving show for 2 years. How were you able to break out of your bubble? How did that happen?
It was an opportunity that came. I was planning to do an exhibition in Mexico. I started moving it around, and by some reason, this opportunity came out in Venice while the Biennale was going on. So, I was very scared to do it, but then I thought, well, I have to take my chances, because otherwise I never know what's going to happen. And I did. I took the opportunity. I moved all my work not all my work, 13 pieces to Venice, which was a very difficult city also, because
just to get the artwork there.
And the pieces are very heavy and delicate. So it was a whole thing. But I took the chance, and it turned out to be very good. From there, they saw it, from the embassy in Mexico there. And then I went in Mexico, I went to ask them for help. And from there, it moved to Madrid. From Madrid, it moved to the Embassy of Mexico in Berlin. From there, it went to the Sir Mother Museum in Turkey.
Wow.
From there, it went to Dubai, to a gallery. And from there, it went to the UNESCO in Paris.
Wow.
It went all around. It took 2 years to move the pieces and show them, because it was an ongoing exhibition. And it was a wonderful experience. And I'm glad I took my chances, and I'm glad I did it, because really it was very rewarding.
Were you able to go to some of the openings?
Yes, not all of them, but yes, I was able to go to some. Yeah, definitely.
So were they able to, move them exactly how you wanted everything to be moved? Because we're talking about, it's not an easy,
it's not an easy
logistically is not easy. Let's put it that way.
But, I was able to go to almost all of them. At one point to Dubai, I couldn't go because I had a problem with my back from working. I messed my back. So I wasn't able to go, but the other places I was. So it was like, going with all my babies, and I was there while they were mounting all the pieces and seeing, where everything goes and how. So, it was a lot of fun, because I got to travel for one, and then it was very rewarding to see, how the people reacted and what they said in the interviews. And it was very exciting. It was a very, very good experience in my life.
As a fellow Mexican, I can say I'm so proud to be represented by such an artist like yourself all over the world. Like, that is really, really great. You put Mexico in a very high pedestal.
Thank you.
So,
it really was, and I'm glad I did it then, because now I wouldn't have been able to do it. So
no, exactly. You did it right to the nick of time, right? I think it ended right before.
Yes.
Right? You were in Paris. I think the last one was Paris.
Yes. Paris, January, the year before the pandemic.
Okay.
And also I was invited in May that year, after I came back from Paris. I was invited with the Pope, to Rome, it was with a piece. We were 15 artists that they invited us, and they submit the work for Scholas. It's how do you say it? It's
The schools of their
yeah, from the Vatican.
from the Vatican.
So they
Oh my gosh.
and all the money went to that.
So you were able to meet the Pope?
Yes, and that
Oh
was
my gosh.
a cool experience. I was shocked. I couldn't talk. I was like, I just stood there, shake his hand, and looked at him, and it was such a nice experience.
Wow. What an incredible experience, Irene. I'm so proud of you. This is unbelievable. So I'm going to start showing some of the pieces again.
Okay.
Really quickly for the people that weren't here before. I'm sorry for the people that were, but I'm repeating myself because we lost the first half of the interview. So here are some of Irene's abstract paintings, which she has moved on from. And you can talk, Irene, while we see this.
I think this was a really fast step for me to move on from doing sculpture bronze, and it was like a big step to move. I decided to paint because I dreamt that I was painting, so I did it, and then eventually I didn't like the idea that it was flat, so it took me to do what I'm doing today, the three-dimensional work. I started using the triangles. I don't know if you have some photos of these.
Yes. So I'm going to go to those right now.
So since I felt that I needed something more, to be able to touch it, I started doing those things. So I started working a lot with the triangle shape first. I don't know why I decided, it just gives me a sense of equilibrium, of a shape that never ends, like the circle. It has 3 points. I can play around with it. So it's something that I enjoy doing it. And from painting, flat painting, I started doing this work.
What kind of material do you use on this one particularly?
Lacquered wood.
It's lacquered wood?
Yes, and the bottom, hand painted.
And do you, what kind of glue do you use to have it in an angle?
That's been a whole experience with me.
I'm sure.
Every single glue that you can imagine. And some work, others sometimes not so well, but so far it's been, like cola loca, how do you call it in
crazy glue.
Crazy glue, yes.
Yeah.
Crazy glue has done a good job. This is a sculpture. The one before this one that you had was an installation.
Okay.
Back to the other one. 1 second.
1 second. I have to find it. It's not as easy as you think it is.
This one was also a commission piece that I did for no. That one was also an installation that's 3 meters long that I did the steel triangles. This one is also steel, and it was commissioned for a company, also for the offices. That one I have here. Well, I did 2 of them. One is in the office, and I kept one for myself. I usually don't repeat the pieces, but then if I want to keep one, I usually have one for myself, and that's it. So all the new are new. That's a photography.
Yes. So we're going to go quickly into the photos that we talked about, because they are incredible artwork. They look like abstract paintings using lines and shapes. And we talked about this one that is so successfully done. It almost looks like, like an impressionist painting. It's very cool on how you're working with your lines and lights and the use of color. Exactly. And please again show us the work that you're going to be donating today for a lucky collector who wants to spend $250 for Feeding America. Remember, 100% of the proceeds will go to Feeding America. So if you're interested in purchasing this incredible photography, original photography from Irene, please DM me or her, and we'll give you instructions on how to make that donation. and you will be helping 2,500 meals if you purchase this today. So thank you, Irene, so much for helping this cause. Together with my army of artists, we now are over $22,500, and we'll keep growing and helping our community at large that it's really needed right now. So thank you.
Thank you.
So now we're going into the plexiglass.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you real fast because
Yes.
we don't have that much time left. But the reason why I started using plexiglass was because one day, like I said, I'm very curious and excited about using different materials. And one day I was laying in the studio, and I was looking at a metal and seeing the reflection, and I thought, what material can I use that reflects? So one of the things that came to mind was plexiglass. So it's been 3 years already that I've been using plexiglass, and I think it's been very exciting for me, because it's like we were talking before, it's trial and error, but at the same time, it's giving me a lot of possibilities, and it's something that I didn't have, I never worked before. So, it's been a very good learning experience for me to work with this material and to see the possibilities I have and how far can I, and so far, I think I still have a long way to go with this material before I get tired of it. Although at the same time, I'm doing, like the installations and other things because I like to work with different things.
So let's go back for a second, because I know we talked before on how you're using new programs on the computer and how they have helped you to transform from your idea into InDesign or whatever the program that you're using, and then from there, then jump into the actual physical material. So my question to you before, and I think it's important to have this recorded for people who are petrified of using the computer, and especially using, InDesign and new things that will help them. What are your tips, and how did you learn how to do it?
Well, I took classes, like I was telling you. YouTube has any course you want to do, or I've had teachers teaching me, personal classes, because I tried with a lot of people and I didn't learn anything, because definitely you need the time for yourself to understand. But it's been very interesting also. And I think that, like I was saying, everybody has the possibility to learn the programs. It's not so difficult. You just have to be very patient. I think the key word to learn all these things, but also that's what I need to do what I do, because it's a very, it's like puzzles. My work is like, they are puzzles.
They are puzzles. They
I
have to fit exactly, otherwise.
That's why I started using the computer, because they have to fit exactly. So otherwise, with my hand, I was pretty perfect, but I would never be able to get the exact angles and the lines exactly to be able. Plus, all the machines today that cut the material, you need to put, you need to put it with those programs. So otherwise, the machine doesn't work.
So everything is it's like computer based. So they know, the computer knows how to make the cuts.
Well, I have to do all the planos.
Okay. Yeah, the floor. It's like a floor plan kind of thing, and then from there, then you right.
Exactly. I have to decide everything, make the floor plan, give all the information, so the machine cuts what I wanted. What I wanted to cut.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Everything is sanded and done by hand. This is not a 3D impresora.
Printer.
It's not a 3D. People think that I use a 3D. It's not a 3D printer. Everything is done by hand. Everything. Little pieces shining the material, because when you cut it, it comes out raw. It's not shiny. So everything be done by hand. Yeah.
So right now, take us around your house, and then we'll sit back and then see all the rest of the slides. So
okay, so I'll show you a piece that right now I just started.
Okay. And then we'll come back to the one that's behind you.
See, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Let me just see how I move this around. Ah, here. So this is like the one you saw.
Yeah. So that's wood?
This is wood. This is a commission piece I'm doing for somebody.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just starting. This is like the base, part of it. So this is what I'm doing. I'll show you others real fast. So,
Yes. Yes. No, we're okay now because we got kicked out of the other one. So.
Okay. The one that you were looking at, sitting down, it has mirror. So it reflects. And all these tubes are glass. And if you see it sideways, you see what happens.
Wow.
And this was, this pieces, I did 6 of them. It was 2 series of 3. And the idea.
What is the tubes? What are they?
Glass.
Glass.
Let me get further back so you can see it.
Oh, so cool. Wow.
You see?
Yeah.
I did 3 of them. One is convex, the other one is concave, and the other one, I made the glass in the center, the mirror. Mm-hmm. So when you step in the middle of it, you disappeared. So it was the idea was kind of like the reflection, how we always judge ourselves. We sit in front of the mirror, we tell us things, this and that. And in the third circle, you cannot do that anymore, which means you're already in equilibrium. So that was the idea of these 3 pieces.
Wow.
So this is one of them. I'll show you another one that I finished that.
Okay.
Real fast.
We like seeing your floor.
See? You're going to see me, sorry. This is another one.
That's already mounted and it's on the wall?
That's on the wall.
How big is that?
It's like 150 by 160 or more or less.
And
meters.
How much does it weigh, you think?
This one is not so heavy. I mean, it's
not
heavy, yes, but not like the acrylic ones.
I love how the black background plays a very important play here because it gives the depth of the piece.
Yeah. So
and the combination of the blues and the whites, and it's just it's so cool how it has all those little areas that you can go in and out and all the little angles. And so is this done also on your computer?
No. This is
just by feeling it and knowing that it fits together?
Yes, this I do, I just work in front of the canvas and my head just decides.
Wow.
So,
and you said you weren't good at math and physics, but look at you now.
See, I'm going to show you the sculpture that I told you that I kept.
And it's aluminum, right?
Yes, steel.
Steel. Wow.
See.
Again, your triangles and working with gravity, really.
Yeah. And this is all visual because I don't, like I said, my math and my physics are in me.
Well, they have to be in you in order for you to be able to show this,
Yes.
and to put it together and to be on a point somehow and end in a point. So it starts on a point and ends on a point. So, the balance of it has to be, very important, I would think.
Yeah, but it's all visual. Except, like I said, when I do the plexiglass, I definitely need to use a computer. Otherwise, they don't fit.
Okay, so now we're going to show some of your plexi work, and you can tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, this was a series of 3 pieces that I did. Also, like the 3 circles, which were different. One was raised, the other one had the tubes, and also you don't see here the pictures, but if you see them sideways, they become transparent, and they have different shapes. it's like a movement, like if they were waves. They're not
Yeah,
flat.
they look really cool. How did you, is it light coming through or?
Yes, there's
Yes.
like, yes, I started using in a lot of my pieces light because I like the way it reflects. That one doesn't have light, but it has mirror. And that's just, you know, the acrylic that I didn't, and that's called point of view. And if you look, well, you won't be able to see it in the picture, but if you look really close, it says point of view, but it's not a point of
It's
view.
not readable.
It's not the way we think the point of view should be. This is another plexiglass work that I did a design. And if you see it, like you can see a little bit when you see it sideways, that it's not flat.
Right. It's not.
It has movement, and it creates like a rhombus. Here I'm working on one of the pieces. As you see what I mean about the puzzles?
Yes.
All
So you have the puzzle on the surface, or sorry, the shapes on the surface, and then you go from there and
yes,
then you fit them together?
yes, I have to arrange all those shapes. But you know, those shapes, like I said, I do the planes or the whatever you call it
Yeah.
to create those shapes. So each piece is cut, it's different. Each piece has a different length, a different height, a different angle. So I have to do that in order to cut all those pieces and then put them together.
Wow. Wow. Is plexiglass more affordable than using bronze or steel, or is it about the same or
No,
more expensive?
plexiglass now it's very expensive because
Yeah.
everybody's using it now for COVID. So, which has been a very interesting thing for me to have to use that material, because in a way it's like a shield, but it invites you in, and then again it leaves you out. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
They're shield mask, and my work is like that. You know, in a way it invites you, but then you know it's like you're looking, so it's kind of protects you and invites you in. You know what I mean?
And now it's actually that, like,
So, well, you know, being a material that everybody's using, it's been interesting, you know, that I just happened to use it before all this happened.
yes. So tell us a little bit about this piece.
This piece is called Encuentro Íntimo, which is intimate encounter.
What is the material?
It's plexiglass.
Oh, it
Everything.
is.
Yes.
But it's, oh, I see it on the very end there. So you're starting to put the plexi. So that's where the colors really come through.
See, it's not finished, so that's
Yeah.
how just a little piece at the end.
Yeah, I love that. Unfortunately, we can't show any of the videos.
That's the same one that you just put. No, the image before, but it's that piece. This is another one that I just finished. That's the design.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I send you pictures with the plexiglass. This is.
These are the ones that I have right now.
See, that's the same. This one and the one that you just showed, it's the same piece. Yeah. It just changes. And like if you see it straightforward, it's like what I like to do is when you see something straightforward, it's like a design. As you move along, the colors start combining with each other and the shapes. So that's the interesting thing that the material helps me to do. That you see a flat design from the front, but the more you move around, you discover that there's a lot of game going on.
Yes, I agree, and I think it's part of you using this type of material, you know, because whichever angle you're coming in from, you'll see something different.
Yes.
You'll never see the same.
No. And if you're curious enough to go underneath it and up and everything, you'll discover that it's a whole world of.
Exactly, it's a whole world.
This is the design from the one you already.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So is this painted on the surface, or it's?
Yes, originally you know, I used to do it by hand. Now I do it, you know, by hand and then with the computer.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's on the computer.
Yeah.
But
And
before,
this is an installation that you did. Unfortunately, we can't see the length of it, but it goes from the top of the ceiling to all the way bottom of it. And is this paper?
it's plastic.
Oh, it's plastic.
Yes. And
Wow.
4 meter high installation that I did for an exhibition. And you know, how do you say it? Sew it.
Yeah, you sew it together.
Yeah, it's sewn. Each
It
strap
looks like paper. I would have never thought it was plastic.
is plastic. Yes.
So
Very,
it's very heavy again.
yeah. Yeah.
You really complicate your life. You
My
don't make things easy. That's for sure.
that's something I have to learn now to do things easier because yes, I get very, you know, that's the way I think. I'm very intricate, my thoughts, and you know, I love to get deeper and deeper and more in and in and in. So that's what excites me really.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like I feel like you know, all the things that you're doing are, you know, gets harder and harder, you know, not easier and easier. It just gets harder and harder.
Well, that's what I say. Once I know how to do it, you know, I get a little bored. I need it. I need another challenge. So that's why they get harder and harder because I
Well,
no fun.
exactly, exactly. And so I know you said it was almost like a serendipity kind of moment, the way you got into Europe and how it all happened. But how are you promoting yourself now? Where are you selling your stuff?
I'm trying. You know, I have my internet. I have my website, and it's irenesundel.com, www. And then I have my Instagram, and you know, I work with galleries. Some galleries I also sell privately, or I do things on commission. So
Uh-huh.
that's how I go about it.
Yeah. And your experience with
With the COVID, I have to start, you know, doing it more by internet. The problem with my pieces is that, you know, the pictures you saw doesn't do any justice to the work in real life. So
no, not even close.
no, so it's difficult to show them. And like I said, they're heavy pieces, so it's not like I hang one and take it down and then hang another. I have to, you know, it's a whole
Yes.
thing.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So I'm going to turn back comments in case of anyone wants to ask Irene a question. This will be a perfect time for it. But let's show again the photograph that we're going to donate for Feeding America.
Sure.
And if you guys are interested in purchasing this, please DM me or Irene for instructions. It's $250. It's ready to mount. Please let's help people in need and let's sell this piece today. So just DM me or Irene for any questions, and let's sell this piece today.
You definitely need to buy it to help people, you know.
Yes, yes. Well, by buying them, you will be helping and giving 2,500 meals. So
Yeah.
so that's
It's for you to do.
yes, exactly, exactly, exactly. So I can't thank you enough. I am so sorry that we missed half of the interview, but at least we were able to save a lot of this one. And you are an inspiration to all of us, really, at least to me. I'm very glad that you are part of this project and that you were so eager and just welcoming me into your life. So thank you for
The way around. You welcome me in your life. Thank you.
yes. Exactly. I have found a new friend forever. So
Yes.
I'm very happy about that. And it's yeah, like my friend Sonia just she just said so unique and wonderful. I agree. It is so unique and it's so original and it's so wonderful. And I wish you only success and good health for years to come. And thank you again so much, Irene. Anything that you want to say back?
Sorry?
Anything that you would like to say?
Well, I would love to say thank you to everybody. I'm really glad I was able to do this with you and share my work. and also give to, you know, something so important like helping people. So I think it's been a very good experience. Thank you very much for inviting me. I really enjoyed it. And I hope you all enjoyed my work and this talk.
Yes, I'm sure we all did. Thank you, Robin, for your nice comment. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, especially Irene. We'll see you next week. Have a great, great week. And please look for Irene's work here on Instagram and also on her webpage, which is www.irenesundel.com. So am I right? Did I say that right? Okay. All right. Perfect.
Is a little black circle with a white dragonfly.
Catherine said, beautiful work, beautiful smile, and I love those glasses. So there you go. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.